All right, let's dive right in. Today, we are mapping out the journey into what is, no joke, one of the most critical roles in any organization today: business analysis. So if you love solving puzzles and you want to make a real, tangible impact, this is an absolutely exciting career path. Let's get started. Just think about it for a second. Every great product you use, every smooth service you interact with, it all started as just an idea. But how does that idea actually become a reality? Who's the person that translates that big vision into a concrete plan that teams can actually build? Well, that person is the business analyst. According to the official business analysis body of knowledge, or the BABOK guide as we'll call it, their entire mission is to enable change. They are the bridge, they're the navigator, and they make sure that what gets built is what the business, and more importantly its customers, actually need. Now, to navigate a landscape this complex, every aspiring BA needs a map. And in the world of business analysis, that map has a name: the BABOK guide. This framework, well, it's the foundation for our entire journey. And listen, this isn't just one company's opinion or some passing trend. It is the global standard. Mastering this framework means you're learning a universal language of business analysis. The skills you'll pick up are valued and understood anywhere in the world, which gives you a serious professional edge. Okay, so here's a fundamental distinction that every BA has to get right from the start. It's the difference between a requirement and a design. A requirement is the need. So, for example, I need to see 6 months of sales data all at once. Simple enough. A design is the solution to that need, like a dashboard that actually shows the data. A great BA has to work with both, translating those needs into potential solutions. So now that we have our map, let's take a look at the actual path you're going to follow. You see, the business analysis process isn't just random. It's the main quest of your journey, a really structured approach to solving problems. And to make it super clear, we can boil down all the complex knowledge areas of the BABOK guide into this powerful 4-step process. This is the fundamental workflow that's going to take you from some vague problem all the way to a valuable solution. Every great journey starts with a plan, right? First, you'll plan your approach and figure out who you need to talk to, your stakeholders. These are the key people with a vested interest in the project, from the CEO all the way to the end user. Then you discover. You analyze where the business is right now, we call that the current state, and you help to find a clear vision for the future state. Next up, it's all about information and people. Now, elicitation might sound a little fancy, but it's really just the art of drawing out information from your stakeholders. You'll prepare for and conduct sessions to gather all those crucial details, and you'll actively manage collaboration to make sure everyone is heard and on the same page. This is where your communication skills really have to shine. This quote from the guide, it's everything. It really captures the essential mindset. You don't just take a request at face value. You have to ask why. Why is this feature necessary? Why does this process need to change? Why will this actually deliver value? Trust me, that simple 3-letter word is your most powerful tool. Okay, so with all that information gathered, now it's time for the deep analytical work. In this step, you're tracing how requirements connect to each other. You're prioritizing what's most important, and you're modeling them into clear blueprints. This is also where you start defining different design options to solve that core problem. The journey doesn't just end when a solution is launched. Nope. The best BAs, they close the loop. You'll measure the solution's performance against the original goals, assess any limitations, and then recommend actions to increase its value over time. You make sure that the promised value actually becomes real value. So you know the path, but what tools are you going to use to walk it? Well, a great business analyst has a really versatile toolkit of techniques and competencies they can call upon for pretty much any challenge. And the BABOK guide is absolutely packed with them. This is not just theory. We're talking about an arsenal of practical, proven techniques that'll help you discover, analyze, and communicate. Let's just look at a few you'll have in your toolkit. You'll learn to use SWOT analysis to strategically look at the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of any proposed change. This helps leaders see that bigger picture before they commit. You'll be creating process models to visually map out entire workflows. This makes it so much easier for everyone to spot bottlenecks, find inefficiencies, and imagine a much better way of working. You'll get really good at writing user stories. These capture requirements from an end user's point of view, which keeps the entire team laser-focused on one thing: building something people actually want to use. You'll build prototypes, anything from a simple sketch to an interactive mock-up, just to make ideas tangible. This lets you get crucial feedback and validate concepts before a single line of code ever gets written. And of course, you'll be leading brainstorming sessions to generate all sorts of creative ideas. Your job is to facilitate that energy, turning a room full of opinions into a handful of brilliant, actionable solutions. But look, it's not just about the techniques. A truly great BA also develops these underlying competencies: sharp analytical thinking, crystal clear communication, effective interaction skills, and a deep, deep understanding of the business. It's this combination of skills and mindset that really leads to success. So, how does this all come together? We've seen the process, we've seen the tools, but what's the ultimate destination of this whole journey? What is the one thing that drives everything a business analyst does? It all comes down to this: one singular, overriding goal that defines the entire purpose of your role. This is the BA's true north. Every plan you make, every interview you conduct, every model you create is all to answer one fundamental question: which path delivers the most value? Your job is to be the trusted advisor who guides the business to make the best possible decisions. By mastering this framework, you're not just learning a job, you're learning how to be an agent of positive change. So the final question is, are you ready to start your journey and learn how to transform problems into real, tangible value?